Okay, you're listening to On the Waterfront with Coach. I'm Marina Hernandez, currently in ID. This is our podcast about our life on the waterfront. Dad, how many years do you have on the waterfront?
43 years.
Okay, and I'm at 20.
20? Okay, so we have 63, right?
Yeah, so
63
we know a
years.
little something.
We know a little bit about something down here.
I want to say thank you to the Avalon Arts Council again for letting us use their space.
They're so generous here.
Very generous, and I like there's a lot of different spaces and ways that we could decorate. So I enjoy that. So thank you, Rick and Shauna and the Avalon Arts Council for allowing us to be here.
For sure. Thank you.
Okay, now let me get into some serious business because this is a little bit dated, but it's still relevant. That dang tsunami that was coming.
Well, that's funny. Marina called me. She was panicking. She said, Dad, I'm going to reap out. I go, what are you going to reap out for? Because she was at Maersk, and that's the furthest dock on the closest to Catalina. That's what we call it. Anyway, I said, no, don't worry about it. Because I was listening to this lady that's an expert on tsunamis and earthquakes, and she said there's nothing to fear until it hits Hawaii, and then we will know what kind of outcome it's going to affect, how it's going to affect us. So it really didn't affect Hawaii, so we were in good shape. Yeah. But they did shut down the port at 11 o'clock. Right?
Which I appreciated.
Right.
Like, better be safe than sorry.
For sure.
Like, let's not risk people overproduction. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So, but this is what I wanted to talk to you about because I fortunately have you to call if something's really concerning me, right? I'm like, Dad, what do you think?
Right.
And you talk me down.
Right.
Because what I read was like, that it said the LA harbor is in jeopardy. And I'm like, I'm on an island. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Terminal
Like,
Island, right.
I'm in Terminal Island.
Right.
So, like, I was nervous.
I know you were. I know you were.
And my poor boss, like I was like, so after I talked to you, I got the boss on the radio. So tell me if this is the right protocol.
Okay.
If something's of concern to me, called the boss. I said, hello, this is Marina, UTR. May I speak to you? Or can you come here? Mm-hmm. And my boss said, well, what is it on the radio? Well, are you okay? What is it? And right. I said, I'm fine, but could you come here? The terrible thing about 400 is that it's one-way traffic all the way around. So right. It takes about 15 minutes maybe if you're going all the way around, right?
Right. So
my boss was like, well, it's going to take me a minute to get to you. Are you okay? Kind of kept wanting me to say on the radio what it was, but I didn't really what am I going to say? I'm scared of a tsunami. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, I'll just wait for you. Right. So my boss showed up and then I expressed my concern and the boss said, like, nothing to worry about. Right. If it hits, it's going to hit at 1 o'clock. I'm like, well, I'm here till 3. So what's going on? And I said, but if you're not concerned, then I'm trusting you with my life. So right. You let me know when I need to get out of here.
Right.
So the boss said, okay, fine. And then as the time's going on, then we got word that, okay, we're closing down at 11. Right. So it was like, okay, good. But like in a case like that, with someone that doesn't have a dad that's a foreman to call, and if somebody's really concerned, was that the right thing to call?
That was the right thing. The boss handled it right. He really did. There was really, the earthquake happened in Russia, right? Isn't that where it happened, in Russia? So I was following the news, and the news, if it was alarming, they would just break into that and just show that. But they were showing all kinds of other stuff. And then the lady came on, and she said, don't worry. If it hits Hawaii, then we can find out what the impact is going to be over here. So it never happened in Hawaii. So,
So it was nothing.
It was nothing.
This is why.
There was another situation just recently where people were gotten an alarm for something. I can't recall what it was for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everything's like alarm.
Right.
Yeah, it was like imminent threat.
Right.
I bit that so hard. So I'm glad. I texted you when I got home.
Yeah, you text me and then you call me right away. I'm gonna reap out. I said, do not reap out. Everything's fine.
I was like, I do not want to get washed away right now.
Right. Everything was fine on that.
Okay, yeah. So that was like the most pressing thing that happened that I was like concerned for. it's a big deal to shut down the port earlier, right?
Right. They want to shut down the port because just in case, they had to make sure that the lids were back on the ship in case they had to get the ships and take them out to sea or whatever they had to do. And there was a lot of guys. One of my good friends, Rich, he has a boat, so he went over there and made sure that he tried to tie it down as best as he could. But it happened so far away. I wasn't really concerned about it.
Yeah. But in an event, so now I feel confident though in an event that something maybe is closer or,
Right.
that it is something that I feel like, okay, the port would take action to protect the employees. Because it's like, are they, do they care about the production? Because we're running the biggest port, right?
Right.
Or do they care about the people?
They care about the people.
That's what I felt.
That's why they closed everything at 11 o'clock and everybody went home.
Yeah.
And then everything was fine.
That's what I learned from that instance is like, okay, our well-being's taken care of.
Yes.
Another thing I read in the Daily Breeze, I went over last night because I had a lunch break, an hour lunch break. I was at Zim. So I went over on my lunch break and you had the Daily Breeze there as you do. And it said July was the busiest month for the port in its history. I believe. I don't want to say that wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it was the busiest month in the history of the
Possible.
LA port and the third busiest month for Long Beach port.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting.
Right.
And it said, I don't know. Maybe I'll post the article or link to the article because it was a...
Right. I think the terrorists might affect us in the next few weeks. The uncertainty is going on, and I know that at one terminal, they're having their trans operators, they're checking them in. Yeah, the whole set, all the sets. So they're scaling down a little bit.
So I was going to say, what does that tell you when the trans operators get checked in?
That's because the companies, they don't want to pay them guarantee. If they don't have enough work for them, then they got to pay them guarantee. They're guaranteed 5 days. Now, if there's not enough work, obviously they don't want to pay these guys, free money. So they just check them in and just take a chance out of the hall to see what they get.
Oh, take a chance out of the hall.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I just think that the port's such a interesting place and it's a very efficient machine and, the way that they schedule workers and the way everything works. I want to get into that as the podcast progresses, but it does seem very efficient in that way.
Right. They did a good job. I want to touch something on the dues. There was a dues that increased all the local 13 longshoremen. They want to increase their dues $50, and they voted it down. And then they wanted to increase it for $34. They voted it down. Now, this is going to be real important because if you don't have any money, then you're going to lose a lot of things. Some of the officers aren't getting paid. From what I understand, some of the officers are taking cut and pay. Now, you gotta pay money to make money, right? So my encouragement to all of you guys out there is to, when the next time there's a dues increase, go ahead and do it. Pay the money. I mean, you go to McDonald's nowadays, and it's $25. Or for a hamburger and a fry and a Coke for 2 people, it's $25. I mean, but I think the increase was $50. Come on now, we can afford $50. So I mean,
And that's what is it right now?
You know what? I do not know. I know the foreman is a lot of money.
Okay.
But the clerks, I don't really know what the increase is. But when they ask for an increase, let's put the money in there. Look at our benefits, the money that we make now. It's really important to keep it going.
Yeah. Shoot, I wish I had more to contribute because I have so many questions. Why would, I don't know, why, because obviously
Right.
It's been voted down. So what's the rationale for it being voted down?
Yeah.
What are people thinking? Is it just the pay increase? Do they think the money's not being allocated the right way?
That's probably it. They probably said, hey, we don't want to pay these officers this big money and stuff. But them officers are going, but a lot of that money goes for lawsuits. There's a lot of lawsuits going on. And, them lawyers, they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. So my encouragement to all of them, everybody out there is whenever there's an increase, go ahead and do it. And I always tell this, I go, look, if you're on the outside, you were looking in, and they said, hey, Marina, hey, buddy, hey, coach, come in, but the dues are $200. I'm just throwing a number out there. Where do I sign up? But now, once you're in, you're it's a whole different thing. Picture yourself outside looking in.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if people thought that the money was going to the right things, and
Yeah.
then I don't know.
Yeah, I know that some of the Bloody Thursdays they were canceled. A lot of stuff was canceled.
Yeah.
So, no good.
We'll be following, I guess, that progress to find out what's going on. But your recommendation is just pay it.
Just pay it. Just go ahead and pay it. And then now on another note, next week we're gonna have Drew Gutierrez and Al Galupo on the 22nd. We're gonna have them come on our program, and they are really good.
Yeah, I'm
They're gonna do
looking
a
forward
good
to
job.
that.
Yeah,
That's
they're
gonna be
gonna do
good.
a real good. And then close to our family, my cousin Danny Ponce and my cousin Ricky Ponce are gonna join us for a podcast. My uncle Fellow, he got in this union in 1939. He was a longshoreman for 70 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So Danny and Ricky, they've got a lot of experience. At that time, it was sponsorship. So my uncle Fellow sponsored Danny, and a guy named Gorgie Gomez sponsored Ricky. But they'll go through all that and stuff, and it's going to be really interesting.
Cool.
A family that's been down here for generations.
And that's what I'm noticing. People that have spoken to me have said that they really like the history part of it. So, and I do too.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy learning about what it was like and how it's progressed.
Well, Danny and Ricky
That'll be cool.
they're gonna come on the show here, and they're gonna knock it out of the park.
Nice. That'll be cool. Okay, so let's move on to our next segment. Dun, 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 dun. The music segment. Okay, we got Buddy.
Yeah, your favorite curly-haired cutie.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to use the time, our platform, to point out something that I think would be interesting or useful for our community. Los Angeles County recently this year started the Community Strengths and Needs Assessment through their Safe Clean Water program. Now, what this basically is an online form that any member of LA County can go ahead, or any citizen of LA County, any person, can go ahead and just make your voice known about things that you want to see done in your area, whether it be, adding more lights to maybe a public park to make it safer, new basketball courts, playgrounds, places that we can beautify using our taxpayer dollars. So I really encourage all of our listeners to check it out. I'll go ahead and post the link in the show notes. That way you can go ahead and just let your voice be known. LA County contracts out a lot of projects, and it's important that project developers have a resource to know what the community wants in that area. Whether it be new park space. If you have like a place that's prone to flooding, this is a good chance to let your voice be heard. So I just encourage everyone to go check that out. Just to it's something small you could do. It only takes like 3 or 4 minutes, and it may result in some awesome project happening near you. So, yeah.
And then you'll tell us, do you know the link offhand, or we'll just put it in the notes?
I got to put it in the notes.
Okay.
But if you look up, I'm pretty sure if you Google the Community Strengths and Needs Assessment, the CSNA, that should come up. But I'll go ahead and post it in the show notes. And it's a pretty cool, easy form, available in a bunch of different languages too. So feel free to pass the link around.
Cool. Thank you, Buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you for that segment.
Yeah.
I always believe like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like even like at my house, this isn't this is somewhat similar to that, but not really. So on our exit, there's so much trash that's just accumulated on our freeway exit. So I like put a notice through CHP, like, come clean this crap up. I deserve better when I'm coming home to all this filth. You know what I mean? Like, take pride in where you live. Hey, yeah, if we can make this better.
Right.
Put the word out there. Everybody deserves that.
Right.
You're paying taxes. Put it to where you want. Put your money where you want it. That's what I feel.
Well said.
Yeah. All right. So on the program, real quick, we had Angel Montes.
Yeah. He's a great guy. You know, he's got one of the best restaurants in Wilmington. Food is delicious.
Los Tres Cochinitos.
Los Tres Cochinitos at 803 West Pacific Coast Highway. And I recommend the ribs there, outstanding. And one of our guys that we've had on our podcast, Pancho, that's his favorite eating grounds too. But he's got a lot of history of Wilmington, and we call him the honorary longshoreman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He proved it. He proved it during the interview. He proved it.
He proved it, and he was a casual for a little while, and you'll really enjoy. You know, his mom is the backbone of that restaurant.
That's cool. I like how he mentioned that a lot. Yeah. Very interesting. I like how we had him on because so many longshoremen support that restaurant. And this is a podcast about the waterfront. And, you know, if we're not doing well, the businesses are not doing well. And when we're booming, they're booming. So it's all hand in hand. We're a big community. I feel like it's a big campus that, you know, we're here in Wilmington, San Pedro, Long Beach. And, you know, that's our cafeteria, you know, where we go. So,
right.
Yeah, so it was very cool. Thank you, Dad, for for inviting him on. I really enjoyed talking to him and learning about that part of what it's like down here on the waterfront.
Yeah, he's got a little following too that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you're a follower of Al Cien, then you better follow us.
Right.
All right, so let's just get to the interview. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
Gas on filter. All right.
So we're here with Angel Montes.
Yep.
From most famously, my dad knows.
That's my favorite restaurant, Los Tres Cochinitos.
Thank you.
My favorite place.
Good stuff.
I go maybe twice a week. Don't go there.
I've been seeing you since about 20 years ago.
Oh,
30.
at least, right. At least. My favorite plate there is the ribs.
Oh, that's something we started. It's kind of a newer plate because we put it as a special, and it was Wednesday ribs, and then Thursday people would come ask, and Friday people would come ask, and I said, put it on the menu. It was a hit.
Thank you for putting it on the menu. I can go anytime you have them. Yeah.
I haven't had them. They're good. Okay, I'll have to try them.
No, I think you did. Remember we came one time and I shared it with you, and you go, Dad, this is good.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
kind of
do
like
remember.
something that people make at home, not at a restaurant.
Exactly.
You know, so your tia, your mom, your grandma, whoever made them back in the days, and we have the same. It's funny how it's mostly the same recipe for the area. You know, it's like a lot of people reminds them of their childhood.
Right.
Yeah. So who develops the recipes for you guys?
So my mom,
Your
she's the
mom?
one, yeah.
So tell me about that. She started the Los Tres Cochinitos?
So the history of it was started by a guy named Miguel Uribe. He's probably by your age, Vietnam vet, and he was a taco stand across, and then it was actually called J-Mar, Strongbow J-Mar, Strongbow like an Indian, Strongbow like bow. I guess it was a homage to them. And it was a hamburger shop like Fonzie, like a malt shop, like a girls on roller skates. And they say back in the days, people used to meet there. The guys from Wilmington would be there in their hot rods, and the guys from Pedro or Torrance would come down, and they'd go down to Wilmington Avenue by the refineries and race. That was like one of their meeting spots. After that, I guess it closed down, and the taco guy took over for about a year or two, 71, 72. And this guy was Vietnam vet and English and Spanish, so he had a good job doing some kind of managing stuff. He knew English and Spanish, so that was big at the time. So legend goes that me and my dad were at a bar having a drink, and my dad was a customer of his, and he said, hey, I'm thinking of getting rid of a restaurant. My dad said, hey, I'm interested in buying it. So funny story, he borrowed money from my uncle that was a Vietnam vet. My dad's he was from Mexico, but my uncle was born here. Mm-hmm. And he said, you're my partner. My uncle never wanted anything to do with the restaurant. So shortly after that, I remember my mom meeting the owner, Miguel. And then for 2 weeks, he worked with her. And I was tagging along because I was like 4 years old, 4 or 5. Taught her how to cook everything they had. It was a small menu back then. taught her how to buy everything, where to buy everything, and do the stuff. And in 2 weeks, she took over. My dad had a job. Then he quit and started working, and just got bigger and bigger from there.
How cool. So it started as that little, Dad, do you remember that?
I don't remember that when you're talking right now. I've been in Wilmington all my life, and I don't remember that.
That stand?
I have a picture on my phone that I could share with you guys later. Maybe you guys
Share
can
it.
post it of the. It's like a flyer of it, and it has
Yes.
actually like a cartoon of the restaurant that has a hamburger with a guy head coming out. It's kind of weird, but yeah, that's what it was.
Do you remember like at least hot rodding and like
I remember
that was like
hot
a
rodding.
Wilmington
Yeah,
thing?
I remember that, but I don't recall that restaurant being there.
Yeah.
I just
It was-
remembered that you guys started there and it was just like a counter.
Yeah, it was. So the half of the restaurant we added in '85. We made it bigger, but it was really small. Maybe like feel like 30 people, I think, because they had a counter like a cafe counter. You sit down, drink
Exactly.
coffee. All the soda machines are there. But I remember going there when we barely got it. When they had all the stuff for the syrups and the ice cream and the soda machines, like the Coke. You put the Coke in. You know what I mean?
How cool.
It was kind of weird like that. Yeah, old school.
And then you named it Los Tres.
So the guy, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
The guy Miguel, he had 3 sons, so he's the one that gave it the name, Los Tres Cochinitos. And at that time the language barrier was kind of crazy. So when they took over, they didn't change the name or anything. They said, "Well, this is a cool name, I guess." They just stuck with the name. Yeah,
After 3 sons, huh?
yeah, his 3 sons. Yeah,
Wow. That's
You didn't
interesting.
know-
No,
yeah,
I
that
didn't
is-
know that.
yeah,
I didn't know
You
that's
didn't know the ratchet.
Wilmington history. This is going to be a great program for Wilmington history. I
yeah,
can
for
tell
sure,
right now.
for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, did you used to ride in hot rods or anything like
No.
that? Were you part of that scene?
No,
No.
wasn't part of that scene.
Oh.
I used to deliver newspapers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I delivered the Independent Press Telegram, the morning paper.
Yeah,
Get up at 3:00 in the morning and deliver newspapers.
Yeah.
I remember up there they call it Ghost Town, right?
Yeah.
And Joe Orbio was coming up, and he was boxing at that time. And then every morning I would see him run with his dad in the morning. Yeah.
and like you're doing exercise too.
Oh, I was doing exercise. Get up at 3 in the morning, fold the papers, deliver them, then go home, go to sleep, then go to school. Do that. I had that route for 3 years.
Wow.
And he's being modest because you were a killer, but you were a salesman and you delivered, right? Were those?
Well,
This guy was he was a G,
what
Hustler.
hustler.
what they did at that time, if the guy that sold the most subscriptions,
Yeah.
they earned prizes and everything. So
Of course, right?
yeah,
Why
right,
wouldn't you?
Right. And then they had this program that the most subscription you can get, you win trips to Europe.
My
And-
cousin won a trip to Europe.
Is that right?
Yeah, no one thought he was he used to bother. He's a detective now somewhere, but he was the most annoying kid in the world. He's going to Europe. We're like, oh, we never thought someone could go to Europe. We're
Right.
from lower income people
Right.
at the time,
Yeah,
whatever. That's good.
Yeah, it was called the Young Columbus Trip.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went 3 years in a row. I won 3 years in a row. I went to Germany, Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Tunisia.
Wow.
What an experience at that time. But I was only like, 12, 13, 14 years old. And I wish I could have done it as an older person to appreciate it more. But it was fun.
I'm sure that shaped their life in a positive way growing up, right? Like
Oh,
to
yeah.
making decisions like, well, there's a lot more than Wilmington to see, like, you
yeah.
know?
So you grew up in Wilmington,
Yes.
where East Side.
I
West
started in the
Side?
east side, off of Eubank, and little apartment here, little apartment there, duplexes and stuff. And then in '77, they bought a house on the north side, Broad and Lomita, right by the Broad Avenue School. So I grew up there, and then
You went to Broad Avenue.
yes,
Yay! Me too.
Broad
Broad
Avenue
Avenue Bear.
That's
Yep.
right. My grandson's going there now too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Then you went to? Did you go to Wilmington
Yeah,
Junior
we went to
High?
junior high, then Banning.
Oh, so you're a true
Oh,
Wilmington,
Wilmington
guy.
guy, yeah, class of '87.
Oh.
Well, it's supposed to be class of '87. We'll talk about that later.
That's good, 87.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what are you, Dad? Because you're.
Class of 1970.
70.
Yeah, I went to Wilmington Park, and then I went to Wilmington Junior High School, and then to Banning.
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
graduated in 1970.
When you went to Banning, was it brick at that time?
No. It was
Okay, it was
a
like
long
the mall-
line,
it was
That was
already-
the thing in the '70s. Was the last time 69, 70.
75, I think,
They
was the
knocked it down?
last one. 75.
I have a picture of that in the restaurant, and actually they had to screw it in because everybody would, hey, let me borrow your picture so I can make a copy. I'm like, no, bro, you're not gonna make a copy because then it would never come back, you know?
Yeah.
So I just screwed it into the wall so they can't take it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's get back to your the way your dad started the business and everything. Now it's obviously it's a family business,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So your mom runs it, and your dad, and obviously you're always there.
Yeah, me and my sisters run it now. My mom's kind of retired a little bit. She still comes in once in a while. When she comes in with a heavy hand. Hey, this, that. She sees all the stuff that we miss, which is something that we sometimes like. I'm old already. You're telling me all this stuff, but I actually write stuff down because I don't want to forget what she's teaching us. And she's taught us so much that she's a real smart woman.
Right, she is.
Yeah.
Very nice woman.
Yes,
Right.
it's hard worker. Like, there's nothing you can do to beat her working. Believe me.
So, and a big part of why we wanted to have you on too is because this is about the waterfront.
Yeah.
And so much, I'm sure, of your business. Can you estimate how much of your business is like longshore or port work?
I want to say 70%, 60 to 70%. Before it used to be a lot more, but a lot of the guys move out of the city, and we still have the OGs, and the OGs before him that I know, like back in the day, Rudy Perez, old crane operator, Cardine. A lot of the OG that the older guys will know, like they were there every morning. I hear all the stories. I hear all the jokes, all this funny stuff, and they help you learn to live, and they were mostly all in the war back in the days too. So we talk about that, and a lot of the guys still come. And the good thing is that we're open 24 hours. So back then the hoot shift would come, or they still come, and they're going to work. Sometimes I guess they have this tradition where someone has to buy burritos for the whole building or the whole mechanics or whoever they're. So 5 a.m, 30 burritos. Hey, there's nowhere else you can get them except us because we're open.
Were you guys always open 24 hours?
No, it was started when they started open. They were closed like 8 or 9. Okay. And if you remember back then, we had the naval shipyard and then all the longshoremen's, and then we had about 50 bars in Wilmington, right?
Right.
Wilmington was like a big bar actually. So people at 9 o'clock, they close at 8 o'clock. Then people would, hey, 9 o'clock, because there was a lot of movement all day and night because of port and because of bars. So 9 o'clock, then 10 o'clock, then they're closing. Hey, and then by 12 o'clock they're going to close, and then people from the bar start coming. Especially after 2 or 3. So they were closing at 4 and opening up at 6. So it just made sense to be 24 hours.
To accommodate everyone.
Yeah.
So pretty much people they needed food.
They needed food 24 hours. There's a lot of traffic because of port and all that stuff too. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we were blessed, and they did it. And I don't even know what year it was, but it was probably like 78, 77 probably. Yeah.
And you've been in business how long?
Since 1973, so it's 53 years, I think.
53
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause I grew up there.
I know.
I wasn't born yet. No, I'm just playing. I'm
yeah,
56.
you were pretty much raised in the restaurant. And
Yeah.
That's your life right there, right?
Yeah. Grew up with it. Learning all kinds of stuff. Washing dishes when we were kids on the chair. I mean, I wasn't washing dishes that good, but just playing, I guess, playing restaurant, I guess, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you never became a longshoreman, because all the people that hey, hey, we have an interest card for you. Or there was this one guy that used to do, Miguel. He worked at Don Cott Ford. So they had interest cards, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting my car service. I said, hey, it was the last day, it was a Saturday. I go, hey, here's an interest card, put it in, it should become a longshoreman. He says, what's a longshoreman?
Oh, he didn't
even know. Do you know that he got chosen one of the first guys down there? Right.
Luckily.
Yeah, he got real lucky on the draw. And then when I would go in the auto place, everybody thought that I was the man that got him in. I mean,
you just showed him in the right direction.
I just showed him, and I gave him the card, and he got in.
Did you give him an interest card or a postcard?
Postcard.
Postcard. Yeah, you said interest card, and that's different.
That's interest. That's different.
Yeah, the postcard is.
So I actually was a longshoreman, well, a casual for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, T4239 when it started. But I went on an extended vacation for a while, and I couldn't get my card back. So yeah, I'm so busy at the restaurant. I just appreciate all you guys being there and me being there for you guys. You know what I mean? So
we appreciate you guys having that.
Yeah, you're like an honorary longshoreman.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
And I'm invited to all the functions every time. Sometimes I feel weird wearing the shirt. Someone passes away that I know, the shirt with the black thing on it, and I'm like,
yeah.
Are you a longshoreman? I'm like, no, my friend was. You know what I mean? But,
Angel, you're an honorary longshoreman.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
So then you were open. So after Los Tres, you were just saying that you opened up one new restaurant or a couple. Tell me what else you got going on.
Well, my dad was at that time when they remodeled. He's bought this one right here. It was down the street. It was called San Marcos back then, next to the movie theater and Dino's Bar, which all the old guys will know. And that's because he had to shut down for like 6 months to a year while they made it bigger. They had a second story. They made it so much bigger. So where were the customers going to go? So he took over here, and And then after that, we went back. Opened up. So it was a whole new adventure opening up because it was bigger, new dishes, new menus, all this stuff. So it took us a while to get situated. And then he would buy like a restaurant and kind of fix it up and sell it, or keep it for a while and sell it. I bought this building I bought the building in 1996, I think. And he had the restaurant for a long time. And then he was just getting older. He's separated from my mom, so he was running his own thing. Got over, and about 10 years ago, I took it over and made it to a marisco spot. Yeah. So it's
right
just
here
different.
on Avalon?
Yeah, 636 Avalon, right here at Avalon and G Street.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the guys know it. A lot of people. We used to have music there. Sometimes we have a DJ there. First Thursday, it's available for parties, for whatever. So we do a lot of that stuff.
What is it called?
Al cien.
Al cien.
Al cien means at 100. So I get myself, when social media started, I always want to be productive. Like I said, I was away for a little bit, so I want to be productive. I want to remind myself every day that I need to be productive. So I named my social media name Al cien, which in Spanish, it means 100 miles an hour. Like people would say heart in the pain, or there's other words, pedal to the metal,
Right.
I always want to be productive. So I always want to be Al cien. I don't want to be at 35, just chilling and doing nothing. I want to be productive. I want to remind myself on a daily to be productive
Right.
and touch people's lives and talk to them and do what I have to do,
Right.
Yeah.
And besides your restaurant, we frequent Las Palmas.
Las Palmas.
With Sonia.
Yeah, Sonia.
She's a wonderful person.
My dad is Henry's Nino.
Is that right?
So their dad was the OG. My dad and their dad were like the OG Wilmington Mexican business guys. Like they were always.
Oh,
like,
so there's a correlation between...
Yeah. They're compadres. My dad baptized their son, the Sonia's little brother, Henry. He's a longshoreman.
Henry's
yeah.
a longshoreman,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and one of the Sonia's brother went to school with me at Bishop Montgomery. So there's a connection there.
Yeah, everyone's connected here in Wilmington.
Now, what
Yeah.
about the Maya? Remember the owner, they have it down the restaurant down the street, right?
The OG, I know the sons. I remember the dad and the brothers that owned it. I remember them, and I know the sons. One of the sons, yeah, two.
Because their restaurant was on Anaheim.
Anaheim, yeah.
And then they moved by the hall there.
Yeah. There's the OG Wilmington restaurants.
Right. Those are the only three really restaurants that...
I think the first one was Gonzalez and Maya, which they were related.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The Gonzalez restaurant.
Where was that one?
That was on Anaheim.
Okay.
The Gonzalez was Anaheim in front of like the little car wash place, the automatic car wash.
Yes.
Kind of right there, but by the VFW, right
Yeah.
next to VFW. And the Cinco de Mayo was on in Ghostown, PCH and Sanford, I guess.
No, I think Maritania, I think. No, not Maritania. Anyway, it's right in the corner there.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Uria, he was a longshoreman. He had a restaurant called the Tijuana.
Oh, Tijuana. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that
I
was
remember passing by, never, but
Yeah, that was
I think my
the-
dad actually worked at the Maya when he came from Mexico at some point. Yeah.
The reason I said, why weren't you an honorary? Well, you're an honorary longshoreman.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but the ones that own those, the Gonzalez restaurant,
Yeah.
longshoreman,
Yeah, Manny.
Manny,
Yeah.
right? And then the Tijuana restaurant, Johnny Uria
Uh-huh.
on that, and then the Gonzalez.
Yeah, most of them are out there too. Yeah.
Most of them are out there too.
Funny story about Manny that I know him for years because he knew my dad because he worked there. And he'd, hey, Angel, big guy, super nice, always respectful. Came to find out that he was really big in starting the hot rod stuff in California, like super big. Like they have his car somewhere, like in a museum or something like that. Yeah, Gonzalez, he was Mexican guy back in the days, and he was real big.
Right.
Big in that. Yeah.
I love that. There's a lot of history here in
A
Wilmington.
lot of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of history.
So you were telling us about your social media.
Yeah.
It's also Al Cien.
Al Cien, yeah, that's Al Cien. That's my social
And
media.
you're the weatherman. So
I'm the weatherman.
How'd that all get started?
So, of course, I'm the funny guy. I go to the restaurant, hey, what's up, buddy? And I say something, and your food comes, and I walk away just to make your day happier. I'm kind of a funny guy. Everyone thinks I'm funny except my wife. Because she hears it every day, and she's
over it.
tired of all my stuff. So then one day, it was so, on social media, people say, it's raining. Like, yes, bro, I went outside. I know I got wet. So it's kind of dumb, you think about it. Everyone posting it's raining. So one day these winds came down. A couple years ago, I remember tents were flying, and it was right after COVID, and I had these tents behind Al Cien, and they come, hey, the tents. There's literally 3 guys hanging on this big old tent, and just kind of fly away.
What?
So I unbuckled. It was a 20 by 40, one of the big one with the white ones. So I started unbuckling it, whatever, and we put it down and took the tarp off, and the poles weren't going to go nowhere. So all of us, then I say, I gotta post this, Hey everybody, the Wilmington weatherman, it's so windy out here. Be careful with your tents. And if you see any tents flying, I'll retrieve them for you. And just I don't know, something dumb like that, right? And then people loved it. And my wife said, you should stick with that. So she gave me the green light. So and once if she thought it was funny, because I never make her laugh,
Right.
If she thought it was funny. And then, so now what I do is I go on trips or just do weather reports, but it's nothing serious. It's just always funny. Slight chance of the dumbest thing you can think of. I went to a Raider game. Tennessee, we're at the Tennessee, the Raider game, slight chance of, the weather's this, slight chance of cholos with high socks, slight chance of cholas with micheladas, and just some typical
High
stuff.
chance at that Raider game. High chance.
High chance, very 90% chance of.
Yes.
And the people love it. Sometimes I think it's dumb, or sometimes whatever, but I think it just brightens people's up day and night. Hey, look at this guy, he's a fool, he's funny, and then I really like that. The people, if I don't do it for a while, people will, hey man, you haven't posted anything. And I'm like, all right, I'll post something. And I don't post like on a regular basis, just when something pops in my head, which is pretty often, I'll post something funny.
Well, when you go to your restaurant, I see you going to all the tables and everything, and everybody, obviously, they know you,
Yeah.
but you have a joke for them,
Yeah.
or you come out with something, you do a good job with that.
I think that's important.
Is that you got to get? Okay. So we allowed him to have his phone on because as a boss, you get called for.
Oh, you're still out there?
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were retired for some reason.
No, so-
Oh, no, yeah. No, take it.
So if he has to answer it,
We got to keep the port moving, bro. Yeah, you got to
Gotta
keep
keep
doing
it
what you got to
going,
do.
right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
so
I got to make some money to go. To the
Yeah,
restaurant,
that's
right?
perfect. Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to go on another vacation, bro. So I order, bring your daughter, bring them too.
I'll bring the whole family.
Touching back on what you said, I think it's important. I have friends that come that expect me to say hi to them. And if something, hey, you didn't say hi to me, and I don't want to be that guy, like, oh. But sometimes I do walk in and out because my mind's going to 20 things, and but I have friends that are like BAs and other places, and and they bring somebody suits and stuff, and they're like, hey, and then I see them and I have to go to because I already know, hey, what's up? And hey, it's my friend, he's the owner, and it's just business, So then I tell them, hey, we've been here for 24 hours. You guys in the area, come by, this and that. So that just opens it up for more customers to come.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've never been at your restaurant where there hasn't been anybody. I mean,
Right.
that place always has somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you come home late, 2:00 in the morning, and
Yeah.
that place is packed.
Yeah. It's because Wilmington's a 24-hour town kind of.
Right.
I mean, it's always something going on here.
Yeah, we interviewed MC Poncho
Yeah,
recently,
yeah,
and he
good friend, good guy.
he said he comes all the time. I think every Saturday.
3
after
in the
his-
morning after he does his hosting and all that stuff. Yeah, he's there all the time.
Yeah.
First, the waitresses were like, "Oh my God, this guy's scary," But he's the coolest guy in the world,
Oh,
And the
yeah.
girls know him now. Oh, Pacho says hi, hey. That's their friend now, Good guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
good guy.
Great guy.
A lot of history of that guy too.
Yeah, I mean, Buddy went to Japan, and he hooked Buddy up with someone, right, Buddy? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's well
he's-
known over there.
Yeah,
He's big in Japan.
That's good stuff.
that's crazy. How to
Yeah.
be like popular in Japan of all. Like I'm from, a guy from San Pedro.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
That's good.
But you never know where you're gonna hit.
Never know.
You mentioned the Raiders. Are you a big Raider guy?
I'm not a Raider guy. I'm actually a Cowboys fan, but so sports to me is just sports. I don't get up. Season comes and people are saying all the kinds of stuff, and it don't bother me because I was never taught sport. I never played sports. My dad said, no, we don't play sports. We wash dishes on Sunday. No soccer games. My dad don't like soccer. Don't like none of that stuff. He was a worker. He was a hustler. So, but I'll tell you a funny story how I became a Cowboy fan. In the 3rd grade, kindergarten, I didn't know English, and so I learned English. By the 3rd grade, my friends were buying posters. It was Green Bay, the Raiders, Dallas, Steelers were big. 77, 78, they were the big team. So I tried to be cool like them, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know. It said Dallas Cowboys had boots and a hat. I said, my dad has boots and a hat. Those guys have boots and a hat. I guess that's my team right there. So that's how I became a Dallas Cowboys fan. But I do travel with my friends. They go to Raider games, and we go with them all the time. And I cheer for the Raiders if I go, of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stadium's really. Have you been to the stadium, Dad?
No.
No, it looks really nice.
It's
from the
nice.
Oh, you know
outside.
what? I have not to a Raider game. I went there to see a national championship, not national, but college football there.
Oh, yeah. I've been there like twice already. And then we're going this year again this year they played the season Raiders in Dallas. So we're ready to go.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Have you been to watch him play in Dallas?
Yes. So I went a couple of times. I went when the Rams played a couple years ago with some Ram friends from Wilmington. So all the guys, it's cool that here in Wilmington, a lot of our friends travel. We know we're older already, and pretty much everyone has a pretty good job where they can do that. So every time we go over, it's 20 people minimum at least. And there's another group of 10, another 5, and then we just all meet up. But I went with my Ram fans about 4 or 5 years ago. Then a couple of years later, we went with the Raider fans. So Dallas and Raider. We had like 2 rows of just Dallas and Raider fans mixed up too. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fit in with Bob, my cousin Bobby, because he's a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
he loves the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was because of the boots.
Probably not. I'm probably the only one with that reason why I got it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, do you have other plans for like the restaurant, or what do you see for the future?
I don't know. So right now it's kind of a hard time with all this immigration stuff. People are scared to come out. Just the people that are not immigrating and stuff. So it's been a little slow. Like you said, there's always people there, but not like before. A lot of competition, a lot of stuff coming in. So pretty much just try to streamline and make everything easier. I have 2 sisters that are helping me. They have a different vision than me. So we try to meet in the middle and, just secure everything and make sure everything's good. We're always on top of the food. We're always on top of the waitresses. I mean, I've been in the restaurant business so long that I take my wife to eat, and we could be at California Pizza Kitchen or something, and I'm like looking, and she's like, "What are you looking at?" Like, they need more soda. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're at California Pizza Kitchen, bro. What are you? But it's already in me, Like, if you were at another dock and you see the cans coming out wrong, like, no, those cans, it would just bug you.
Right.
And it's just how it is. That's
Some of your waitresses that have been there a long, long time, right?
Yeah. There's the OGs. They're the ones that teach the young ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the young ones don't want to clean. They don't want to. They don't know.
Right.
Some girls come in. They know how to clean. They can tell their mom makes them clean. Other ones come not knowing anything.
Is that it?
Excuse me. This is the phone call.
Yes.
Hello.
So his process is different than mine. I have to go to the hall
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
my job. They call him.
Are you a casual or
ID.
ID? Oh yeah. No, that's good. They just call them and let
They
them
just
know.
Yeah,
call
we
one
just
of
call in
Yeah.
there and they dispatch us.
That's good.
So, getting back to what you're talking about, now, on TV they said that the produce is more expensive and all that. How does that tariffs or all this affecting you?
It does affect us pretty much. So we recently raised our prices, and then something with me, I maybe we're blessed in business because I have a big heart and I hate charging. Like anywhere you go, the burritos 15, 16, 17 bucks, 20 bucks. And they were like 12 bucks and I just couldn't do it no more. Because the meat went up, avocados are 60 bucks, the limes are like 100 bucks a box. And you can't use lemon because it's not the same thing as a lime. And so I started recently going to downtown produce and getting myself and looking for the deals and stuff.
Right.
We raised our prices a little bit, but just was normal, nothing.
Right,
A guacamole in Long Beach would cost you $10.50, $13, and over here it's like $8.50.
Right.
Because I can't charge my people $10, $15 for guacamole.
All of you
We're all
guys
working class
right.
people.
Everybody here should pay attention to that.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get quality food
Yeah.
at your restaurant
Yeah.
at a reasonable price. There's a couple places that the burritos, you're right, $17, $18
Yeah.
for a burrito.
Well, it must be hard for a business owner because you either have to compromise the quality or the cost.
That the cost, we just try to make it enough where we can make something because I'm not going to compromise the quality because that's the whole thing about food, that you can remember the good food. And one bad experience will be like, oh, I don't want to go back there. And then you spread the word. Now you can put on social media. Now everybody hears and they're going to believe it. And it's funny on the social media or people that Yelp review or whatever. We can have 5-star fight, and there's always that one person that finds everything wrong. Mm-hmm. And I know my business. I know everything. The chips were cold. No, we have them on the heat lamp. There's no way they can be cold. The salsa was hot. No, we have them with ice. So there's sometimes people. And then you look at the other reviews. Oh, McDonald's was not good. McDonald's spends millions of dollars on making sure everything is right. So it's just the kind of person maybe that had a bad day or something like that.
Yeah, but I've never had a bad food at your place.
I mean, it happens, and like any other place, but
like any other place.
Yeah.
So far,
yeah.
We
try really hard.
I'm happy.
I'm gonna tell you a little story. A lady came, and everyone, like you said, Coach, everyone knows me that, he's the guy walking through and everything. So I always try to wear a polo shirt. Before I used to wear like whatever shirt, Stussy or whoever kind of shirts, and because people didn't know who I was, just walking. If you don't know me, like, who's this guy walking through? A lowrider on it or something. So I try to always wear a polo shirt or something with a name on it, but it's polo shirt for sure. So to seem like kind of a management looking guy, I guess. So this lady comes and she says, can I speak to the manager? And then the waitress comes, hey, they want to speak to the manager. I've never seen this lady in my life. She's like, whoa, you're a big boy. I was like, yeah, that's what I've been told that, She goes, I come here all the time. And then this, and so that was the first mistake. I come here all the time and she didn't know who I was. Because I'm always in and out all day.
Always.
So everyone, I didn't like this. She had the 3 taquitos, beans and rice, the chips and the soda. She goes, I'll pay for the chips and the soda, but I don't want to pay for this. There was this much of a taquito left. That's it. And like I said, we're talking about food and we take pride in our food. So when someone criticizes our food, and so taquitos, just for you guys know, we make like 20 orders at a time. So if I saw one taquito and it wasn't good, then we go back and check the rest of the orders to see if the rest, find another one. Oh, okay, that one was. So there's no way that taquito could have been bad. And she ate everything already, but she didn't want to do is just not pay,
That's it. She didn't
So
want
I kind of was taken aback by that, and I'd say, and then I'm just out of character for him. I said, you know what? You don't have to pay me for anything. She said, no, I'll pay you for the soda and the chips. I said, no, don't pay me for anything, but don't come back.
Right.
Because she didn't know who I was, so she's just scamming me. I already,
Oh, yeah.
we're older. We could see right through the kids,
Yeah.
people's lives.
Right.
It's like, well, and then I came apologize. There was a table behind them. I apologized to them. I said, man, I'm sorry I acted like that. But I wasn't mean to her or anything. I said, you don't have to pay. Just do me a favor, don't come back. We take pride in our food, and if you didn't like our food, obviously it's not your taste, and maybe it's not something we can offer you, so just don't come back. So I came back and apologized to the guys, and they were like, bro, we come here every day. Your food's never missed. You know what I mean? This lady she was tripping or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. She wanted a free meal.
Yeah, that's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they say like everybody should work in food services at some point because it teaches you a lot about people, about yourself, hustling, being part of a team.
Yes.
Like all that.
That's a hard business you're in.
Have you ever worked at a restaurant, Dad?
No. I was a dishwasher when I was 12 years old.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yeah. Thompson's Coffee Shop. It was right by the Maya on Neptune.
I remember it had a guy like with the chef hat on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that place.
I never knew that, Dad.
Yeah.
I was the dishwasher.
That's
there.
cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's child labor galore over there.
Right.
Yeah, that was it back then.
It had to work, right?
Yeah.
Get some money. And then, like I mentioned before on the podcast, I used to shine shoes, go along Shoreman's Hall, and I would hit like all the bars, like Angel was talking about, all kinds of bars, go in the bars, shine the shoes and everything.
Yeah.
You would go in the bars and
yeah.
offer the.
Yeah.
You weren't nervous or like?
No.
Yeah.
No, it was normal.
It was different then.
No, yeah.
It's a lot dangerous now. I wouldn't have Marina or Bernie or anybody do that now.
It was all
back in-
different breed of people back
in the
then, too.
days-
More respectful, more everything.
Oh, yeah. Back in the days, at night when it was real hot, people would leave their doors open. Yeah. Just lock the screen, but the door was open.
Yeah.
It's different, but Angel, you've been down here a long time.
Yeah, like you said about the kids, touching back on the family. So we hire a lot of young kids, like out of high school. Sometimes, hey, my son needs a job, or one of the customers, hey, and a lot of the young 15, 16-year-old, when they get their work permit, they'll come and they'll start as bus girls, cleaning tables. And I'm just proud to say that a lot of our girls have come a long way. Like one became a pilot, the other one become nurses, become all this stuff, and then I just think we have something to do with it because they learn to talk to people. Like me, if I was out of a job, I could go talk someone's ear out. And these girls too, because first, one of my nieces, she started it. She was like, and all of a sudden I heard, Tres Cochinitos, how can I help you? And, how you doing, sir? And I was like, what? The transformation of them. They get so, they get money in their pocket. They get, how can I say, proud of themselves. And then they learn the job and they learn how to talk to people, which is most important. So anywhere they go, school admissions or to a job, another thing, tell me about yourself. Oh, my name is whatever, and I worked at a restaurant and this and that, and my favorite dishes, So it just brings out that inner thing that they needed, the confidence.
Their
in
confidence.
them.
Yeah,
the
that's
confidence.
a reflection of your mom because your mom is on top of everything.
Yeah,
She's
All of us, all she taught me, we're taught by her, and that all our hard work is a reflection of her.
Right.
And even how we treat people, how we treat hey, this is how you do this. We're like, hey, man, no. Hey, you're doing this wrong, and just try to teach them the right way because everyone needs to be taught,
Right.
Yeah.
Where's your mom from?
My mom is from Mexicali. She was born in Mexicali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Her parents are from Zacatecas.
And then how did she end up in Wilmington? Do you know?
She came out 15 years old, I think, over with someone she knew, and they started in Watts. And she was babysitting. One of my aunts lived there, older aunts, and she was babysitting somebody. And then one of her friends had family here, which is the Andrades. There's two or three Andrades, but the Andrades, so they came from, she took the bus from Watts, and it was, I think, on Blaine or somewhere. So they walked like around 2 or 3 times just to get to that place, knowing they could just they didn't know they could have went the straight line to that house. And they just started working here at the ceramic, the ceramica. They used to make ashtrays and stuff like that. And that was a big, where all the Mexican people worked. It was on Vermont in front of the old dairy.
Okay.
And that was it was called California Original. So a lot of the Wilmington history, the people that we know are her age and friends that still go there or, have passed, they were also to work at that ceramic place. So there's a lot of stories about that ceramic place.
Oh, okay. That's the first I've heard about it. I know about the cannery,
Yeah.
right? Like I've heard a lot of stories about that, but not the
Canneries.
ceramic
My
place.
grandmother worked in the canneries.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told
Everyone
me.
had someone working this cannery.
Canneries.
Let's go to your tia's house. No, because it smells like fish. the hat and the
I would
coat
come home
hanging.
on Friday after school, and as soon as I walked in the door, I knew my grandma was there.
Yeah, for sure.
Smell like fish.
Smelled like
Yeah. They had their
That
work
is not what a
boots
woman wants.
and their
Smell like
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of the same as longshoring. We say everybody knows someone that's a longshoreman.
Yeah, yeah.
Even our friends that we meet through baseball, they're like, "Oh, I know. They're like, do you know Juan Gonzalez?" I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like maybe, if I saw him.
Went to a bar called On the Rocks for our friends living out that way. And they had some kind of graduation party. And then the bartender was a young girl. Well, not that young, about 30s. And she said, oh, and my friend put out I paid cash the first one. And my friend put out his card. Said, hey, you're a longshoreman? She's like, yeah. He goes, oh, my dad's. And her dad ended up being a boss. I don't know the name, but
Right.
we tipped her well. And then a couple weeks later, the guy came to Los Tres. He goes, hey, the owner was over there, and my daughter met the owner here, and they took care of her, so he came and ate and gave the waitress a good tip too.
Oh,
so it was pretty cool,
That is cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Oh. So you're an honor. We dubbed you an honorary longshoreman, but we're gonna see the terms of what you
Oh,
know, and maybe you will know some of the terms.
And I'll tell you the terms I use when I go to work.
Maybe you'll know some of the terms because you were a casual.
I know. Well, there's one term that he always says when I see him at the restaurant. He says, "Hey, I'm doubling up today," because he's worked at his restaurant, and then he goes to the other restaurant.
Yeah.
He's doubling back, right?
Double back.
That's my steady, and that's my double back over
That's
here.
it.
Okay, all
This
right.
is my steady.
So he's in a normal.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so this is all for fun. So
Yeah.
Okay, so and I didn't know what your extent was when I wrote down these terms, and maybe Dad, in the meantime, you could think of something that might stump him. This one's going to be easy, softball. What's a lasher?
Oh, lashing down the can so they won't fall off when you're.
Yes. What's a drop?
A drop is when I go to the restaurant and put the money in my pocket. A drop is when they take the lashing bars off of the cans, right? And that's,
Yep. That's a job on the water.
Yeah,
When
job.
you're dropping the lash.
Right.
Is that
right?
okay?
That's right.
What's a shorty?
when you get to go home early, you finish your job and you get to go home early.
Dang, you're good.
Oh, he's honorary.
What does it mean to bobtail to the hook?
To go with nothing, just by the UTR by itself to the hook.
Yeah. All right. What does it mean to flop?
Oh, it means you missed your job. No money. No money today.
All right. And this is just one I thought that off the top. What's a spreader? That one.
It's the crane, the thing that opens up to hit the cans, right?
You got it. Give me a. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God.
Honorary.
I'm telling you, he's honorary.
You're
man.
honorary. Okay.
So I was a casual for a little bit, so I learned a lot of this stuff. And then my friends, they just talk all the time. What did you do? What'd you get? I got a shorty at 245 or whatever, and I got a lashback and I got a drop, and they're always like, no talk, bro. Stop,
That's right,
Yeah,
stop
but everyone's
it.
always talking about what they do.
you probably know all the cheese man, huh?
Yeah, a lot of cheese, man. Yeah. So of course, me and our friends we
Spill
like,
it.
we like
No,
to
just
drink and stuff, and so sometimes I have to go to work. Hey, not drinking? So no, I got a drop. My partner can't cover me because my sisters will cover me. I'll cover. So I do longshoreman terms with them, and some people they know I'm not a longshoreman. Like, how does he know all this stuff? But just growing up around here, we all know this stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is my last game, I guess. Okay, so here are some popular Wilmington restaurants. What year from oldest to newest? So list them from oldest to newest. So I'm going to tell you them, and then I'll say it again. I'll show you guys the list.
Okay.
Dominic's, Los Tres, Red West Pizza, Foster Freeze, Eat at Rudy's.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, so, and this is all info I got off the internet,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know. So it's telling me Los Tres was 1973.
73, yeah.
So there's, okay, at least that's
Yeah.
correct. Okay, so from those 5, what's the oldest established restaurant?
I think it might be Dominic's or Tres.
Dad, what do you think?
Well,
Okay, I have Dominic's, Los Tres, Red West, Foster Freeze, Eat at Rudy's.
okay, Eat at Rudy's. Now, Eat at Rudy's wasn't Eat at
It was
Rudy's.
Bonanza or something.
Bonanza.
Right? Yeah.
It was called Bonanza, but before that, it was a steakhouse,
Like a Sizzler? or
like a
something?
Sizzler.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Eat at Rudy's.
Eat at Rudy's, okay. I would say Dominic's, Los Tres, Foster's, Red West, and Eat at Rudy's.
I kind of would say the thing that throws you off is the Foster's is like a 50s type thing.
Exactly.
So it throws you, I don't know when it started. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Red West, it was called what? The Red Vest.
best. Yeah.
It was called the Red Vest before it was the Red West.
What did you get?
Yeah. What are the?
Okay, so 1946,
Oh.
the oldest, Foster Freeze,
Oh yeah.
1946.
50s,
Yeah.
Okay, then the next is Dominic's, 1956.
I knew Dominic's was older than that. Yeah.
Okay, then the next, Los Tres Cochinitos,
73.
1973. Red West, 1978.
That's it.
And then Eat at Rudy's, 1989.
We were almost done.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. And yeah, you were like thinking that Foster's
Yeah.
Freeze.
After it said Foster Freeze, he was right in the 50s. That's what I was going to say, Foster Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm sad about what happened to the Foster Freeze, like how it closed down. Like it closed down and it kind of got real nasty. I'm glad they moved it, but
Yeah, I think that this, again, Chinese investors or someone bought it to they're going to make this money off of it, and then they could have let them keep their lease there. I mean, if that was a state of that was going to happen, you know,
right.
instead of kicking them out. We go to the other place all the time. The guys all happy to see us on the
Yeah,
time.
we go there too.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since.
we always want to go on a Monday and it's closed. Me and my wife eat out a lot, so Monday we're coming back from ice cream. Oh, it's closed this Monday, so we always forget it's closed
Monday is
Monday.
closed.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier, I just want to ask a couple questions about like being a restaurateur. So you talked about you going to go get the produce. So do you go, like, tell me about that. How do you source your food?
So a lot of times, a while back I was kind of busy, so I'd always have people bring stuff. Like the meat we order, I'm always fighting prices. Oh, what's the meat? This $4.49. This is $4.80 something. What can I order from this guy today? So I'm always, at first we just used to order from anybody, but as time, I started getting wiser and getting advice from people. Don't just use one vendor. I had an insurance guy. Old Japanese man came, Hawaiian Japanese guy, super cool guy. He said, "Hey, I want to change your insurance." I said, "No, this guy's like my family. He'll just show me your stuff and see what you got." So he showed me. He's like, "Hey, your family's ripping you off. Like, your building's only worth insured for this." From that point, I started like, okay, who's cheaper, this and that.
Right.
I had these produce guys bringing me produce, and then, so I go to Restaurant Depot. We get a lot of stuff sourced in, and we still go to the store like twice a week. Restaurant Depot and Smart and Finals. Someone that's seen something that costs $25, like I said, it goes up and down, and he bought them for $65. And instead of bringing me one, like he usually brings, he brought me 3 of them in 1 week. So I'm like, bro, you're ripping me out. That's $40. That's $120, you know? So now I just go to downtown, and you're not going to fight the prices, though. They're going to give you that. So I go Saturdays and Tuesdays out there and get my
There's
own
like
produce.
a produce district.
Yeah, the whole
there?
central market. And there's everything. If you want to buy dragon fruits, you want to buy cactus pertunas, you want to, nopales already peeled, anything you want to buy. But it's by the case, though.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of call it in, and then some stuff I look, tomatoes are cheaper somewhere else. I go to the tomato guy, the avocado guy's cheaper. So there's a couple of things that
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And then you also mentioned, you kind of just dropped it, that something about competition, that you have competition coming up when you're talking about how you and your sisters have different ways of, different ideas, but you guys,
Yeah, one of my sisters. I mean, we go eat a lot, and we're always. It's funny that every time we go, we're looking like what's new.
Yeah.
Oh, these cups are nice, or it's always different ideas because.
Yeah.
So our restaurant was started by my mom and dad. They didn't know English. They got lucky and they hit. Their food was good, and so my dad was the guy that used to go travel around, and he'll eat somewhere and he'll come tell mom, "Hey, I want to eat. I want you to make this." And my mom was like, "Well, what is it? I'm stuck in the kitchen here cooking. I don't even know what it is." So mom, a lot of the recipes came from her. So now what we do is when we go eat somewhere, we try to see what they're doing or what they're using or what, just different ideas because they have professionals that do that. We're not professional. We just stuck our foot in and stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it, and we're actually doing okay. So we try to, after all their training, we try to see what works for them. There's a lot of things that we learned from other restaurants. And mangoneada, we didn't know what that was. We went to a restaurant, my sister, hey, this looks good. It's a mango margarita with chamoy and then chili, and it looks good. And like, we can make that. And then we started making it. And it's just stuff like that you learn by going places,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And your restaurant's unique because you can serve alcohol, right?
Yeah,
Like,
only till 2 o'clock like anybody else. Yeah,
Right.
Not 24 hours. Yeah,
Right.
So the story behind that. So my mom and dad got divorced a while back. He bought a nightclub in Bellflower, and Bellflower is a really weird city. They're kind of against, I don't want to say racist, but they're just a different. The whole city council, not I'm not saying the whole city, but the city council was just different. So they gave my dad a hard time. Hey, you need to do this, and he'd fix it. You need to do this. So they finally found a way to shut him down. So he had that liquor license. So it's just hard to get.
Right.
So then we ended up buying it from him. So we had to get a lawyer to put it. It's hard to get a liquor license. It's not that easy. It's just super hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So we were blessed to have the right people, a lawyer to come and put it in and get the permits and all that stuff. And we ran with it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Everyone loves a margarita with their food, especially the women,
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah,
something
that is
that's
something special. Mm-hmm.
That's special there.
And we don't do like happy hours or something like that. We don't want people to get in trouble. People do there sometimes and get a little tipsy, whatever. But it's not something we encourage. Like happy hours, $2 margaritas. Nah, we just come and eat and drink a margarita or a beer or two, and then
Right.
yeah,
Right.
keep it respectful,
For sure. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Angel, for coming on the
Oh,
program.
thank you so much.
I feel like I learned a lot, don't you?
learned a lot.
I like this was like an episode with like a lot of history and
Yeah.
you shed a little light on what it's like to be a restaurateur and owning
Yeah.
a business, a successful business for a long time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work, but it's the benefit of seeing people smile or when they come to, oh, that was great, that was good, and oh, I'm sleepy now. Because once people are sleepy, their food is good, right? But it makes you feel good that all the hard work pays off.
Yeah, I encourage everybody out there to patronize Cochinitos and Angel's business. You won't go wrong.
Get the ribs.
You get the ribs. Believe me, you'll.
Well, what are the top? If you was to tell someone to come, and they said, "What's your top?" What do you?
I recommend the ribs all the time just because it's something you can't buy it at most restaurants. Our chile verde is really good. And for the kids out there, we have chile verde fries, which my son kind of came up with. We all grew up on Tommy's chili fries. So one day he wanted Tommy's and he didn't have money, so he came to Grandma's restaurant. And he made his own fries with beans and cheese and put chile verde and put carne asada on top. And I was like, "What are you eating, bro?" He's like, "Chile verde fries." I'm like, and I tried them and they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like
So now
adding to
that's
them.
one everyone's favorite right now. All the kids and even the older people, they like them.
Do you get a lot of kids from Banning coming after school?
Sometimes not really, but I'm really involved with the community. So when it's football season, someone sponsors the food. Like I sponsor one dinner before the Thursday before the game, and then someone will pay for it. And so I feel a lot of times they gave me to do it. But the good thing is like last time I took them wet burritos, something that this big for football players, So after I took them that, a lot of the kids maybe don't have the money to go or don't have they don't eat out. Maybe their mom cooks all the time, so they don't eat out like that. But it was real. I made me real happy and proud that these kids came after the football game. And they said, "Hey, what's those burritos you gave us? What was that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a wet burrito, this one." So they came back after tasting the food and it made 2 new customers. So that's part of the business,
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming on the program.
Thank you. Thank you guys for inviting me. And
Thank you,
I'm
Angel.
gonna get you a lot of views on this one, Coach.
Thank you.
I'm gonna blow up the coach right here.
That's right.
And no early goals for you guys, all right? Stop asking them. Stop asking them.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to On the Waterfront with Coach.
And for more content, you can follow us on our Instagram page, On the Waterfront Pod, and you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast.
We'd appreciate if you subscribe and follow.
And thank you lastly to our partners at the Arts and Cultural Alliance for letting us use their beautiful building.
Thank you, Uncle Harry.